Hey, what's up my fellow farmers, it's Naples and welcome back to Michigan in America. So, previous episode we started a monster job, which is harvesting our biggest field we have, this canola field over here. And well, I've done a little bit of work off camera like I said, and this piece over there has been done off camera in between episodes, and we are now on the final stretch of this field. So we will definitely be finishing that today, which is nice because we don't want to be spending I don't know how many episodes in just one field. But yeah, we're going to be spending a lot of time in this field because, as you can see, it is quite humongous. And sowing or planting this field and then doing all the work, yeah, that will take some time, especially until we have some bigger machinery, because yeah, we don't have that much machinery yet. Well, we have some machinery, but we don't have big machinery. As you can see, this combine is only 6 meters working with, so for this field that is extremely small. But it gets the job done. It just takes a little bit of time, which is fine. That rhymes. But yeah, as you can see, we are almost done. Anyway, plans for today. Finishing this field, then going to bed, in game of course, not in real life. And then we are in September, which means we can start sowing the wheat, which I wanted to do in the other field over there. The tractor is already waiting. Let me show you the map. Yeah, as you can see, we are working in this field. This field over here, field number 30. As you can see, the tractor is already there waiting for... Ooh, we're almost harvesting trees. We don't want to be doing that. The tractor is already waiting there, so we can get into that tractor immediately and start sowing the wheat as soon as we are in September, of course. Because wheat is also a part of the food for the pigs. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I really want to, I don't know, try and make it work, the pigs. See if they can be pretty profitable. That would be nice. I've never done pigs before, so yeah, I think that's going to be fine, or pretty fun to do actually. It's doable because I always thought they were a pain because you have to do the root crops, and as we all know, root crops are extremely tedious and expensive. Tedious as in it takes forever to harvest and sow, or plant I should say. So can you imagine if you have this field and then with potatoes or something like that, or sugar beet? Yeah, that's gonna take a hot second because the harvesters are tiny, and the planters are also small, so yeah, we're not going to be doing that. And the yield is extremely high, so you keep unloading every 5 seconds. So yeah, root crops is a no-go. But luckily, the root crops only counts for 5% to their overall health or effectiveness. So we're just going to be sticking with the base food, which is the sorghum, if I'm not mistaken. Protein is the what we are harvesting right now, the canola and grain, wheat and barley. So yeah, that is pretty nice. Wheat, barley, canola and sorghum are all crops that we can manage. They can all be harvested with the combine over here that we have, so that is amazing. We don't have to buy new equipment. And other than that, I'm not really sure. Maybe we will also be buying something else, like a fertilizer spreader, because that was the wrong menu. We don't have anything yet to improve the pH or the nitrogen. And in the previous episode I did find this one that's rather cheap, and it can do fertilizer and lime, which is nice. 80 meters working with. I think that's for the fertilizer. I think the lime is a bit smaller working with, probably something like 12 meters, but that's still pretty decent. Yeah, and that's basically the smallest one I want to go for, because yeah, 650 liters, 300 liters, that's way too tiny to spread lime or fertilizer on fields of this size. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we can start a little time lapse, because if I keep on talking, then this field will be done before I even finish. And well, I think that's gonna take a bit longer than I expect this field. Is there something else that I wanted to say? I don't think so. I don't have further plans for today in this episode, so we'll just see how far we get along, and otherwise we will find something else to do. But for now, it's time to get a little time lapse started. So I will see you in just a minute. Well, there we go, finishing up on a little bit of nighttime harvesting. We're almost done, we're coming up to the final piece. And then the entire field has been harvested. Man, that was quite a job. Just this small piece that was remaining when we started the little time-lapse took almost 20 minutes in real life. So, as you can see, how long this big field will take, yeah, quite a lot of work. But as you can see, we're almost done. Just a final little strip remaining, and the combine is, well, not really almost full, but it's getting there, 74-75%, and I believe the truck over there is also pretty full, so pretty nice. We measured or timed it perfectly. Here we go, final piece, and there we go, finished. Lovely, that is nice. So, we're gonna be unloading this directly into the grain silo. Because yeah, it's not gonna be fitting, it's not gonna fit in the truck. So yeah, it's best to just unload it directly into the grain silo. And well, let me just do that real quick. And once we have everything unloaded, I will show you how much we have in total. Let's also turn off these lines. There we go. Because yeah, we are done. Let's make sure that I didn't miss... Yeah, of course I didn't miss anything. Look at that. It's all done. Perfect. Alright, let's dump everything in the grain silo and see how much we have. Now look at that. We are unloading directly into the truck, and the truck is unloading directly into the grain silo. That was very nice. But here we go. The final 8,000 liters are going in. But yeah, don't forget, we have sold one full truckload of canola to fund the cedar that we have bought. Alright, there we go, that is empty. Very nice. Look at all the lights, by the way, on this truck. Pretty nice. Yeah. Lights up like a Christmas tree. Alright, but yeah, like I said, we did sell one full load of the truck, which is 22,000 liters, something like that. And we have delivered around 2,000 liters to the pigs. So they also have some food. As you can see, they have just a little bit over 2,000 liters of protein, which is the canola. And what did I want to show you? Canola. Look at that. Almost 75,000 liters of canola. And that is minus the 22,000 and the 2,000 that we gave to the pigs. So we really can't complain at that. Very nice. Alright, this combine can go in the shed. The good thing is we have another door over here, so we don't have to go around. And the doors are big enough for this header to fit through, which is nice. There we go. Perfect fit. And there we go. Combine can stay here. Alright. Well, I'm gonna clean up the truck as well. Close the doors over here. Don't want anyone stealing my my combine or my my tractor. There we go. Yeah, it's very fitting, by the way, that I'm harvesting over here, because I've just been I don't know. I went to do some stuff outside in real life, and it's harvesting season, and a lot of wheat fields were being harvested. So I've seen a lot of combines in action today, and a lot of tractors on the road driving from and to the field. So yeah. That really... Oh, turn the lights off. That really, I don't know, brought me in the mood for some FS25. So that's why here we are, recording another episode. Very nice. Anyway, it's getting dark, so it's hard to see. I'm gonna go to bed, and then we're gonna start sowing the wheat field. Alright, good morning, welcome in September. So here we are in our lovely John Deere 4755. And we're going to be starting, well, first we're going to be starting the tractor. Lovely. Lovely sound. And then we're going to be starting on the sowing of the wheat. As you can see, we have this cedar. I was about to say sower, but cedar is it's called. We have wheat, we have solid fertilizer in here. It is a direct seeder, and it was extremely cheap. Like I said in a previous episode, I think it's a bit cheaty. I'm not really sure if this is a real existing seeder, but yeah, we have it here. It is available. I didn't change anything about this thing. It is 6,000 euros. It is a direct seeder. which also does solid fertilizing. And what else? It is 5.2 working with, or is it 6 meters? I don't remember. It's not the smallest. This one is 4, yeah, 5.2. I don't know why I have two. I only downloaded one, but sure, whatever. So yeah, this one, perfect. Requires only 60 horsepower, which is nice. Let's see. We have to turn it on. We don't even have to turn it on. It's just a case of lowering the seeder, and then you can start. Deactivate automatic seed rate or activate. I don't really know if it makes a difference. We'll just see how fast the seed will be consumed. Let's turn this on. So let's also turn the lines on. So 5.2, 3 headlands. Yeah, sure, 3 headlands. Why not? Give me a little bit of space to maneuver. Turn it on. Okay. All right, there we go. That is on. So it's just a case of lowering. Okay, let's just start. Okay, bottom left looks pretty nice. That's good. The seed consumption is not extremely high. I think that's fine like this. Solid fertilizer. Oh. 175 kilograms per hectare. I'm not really sure how it works. I'm looking at the top left. Seed rates, 300 seeds per square meter. No tram lines. Yeah, tram lines, if I'm not mistaken, are turned off. Should be at least. I don't even know how that works. Yeah, that's new to me. It's the first time I'm using the new precision farming. Also, there's a woody woodpecker going absolutely bonkers in the game for some reason. As you could hear, that was not in real life. That was in the game. Okay, let's do this. I want to make sure. Is there an option over here for tram lines? I don't really know how that works, to be honest. Yeah, that sound. That is not in real life. That is in game. Lower and go. Alright, so yeah, we definitely have to buy some more solid fertilizer because we don't have enough. But I wonder how the tram lines, how that works. I really don't know. It's all new to me. Yeah, I don't see anything. It shows no tram lines defined, so that is fine. And I just hope that it doesn't do any tram lines at all, because that's not really necessary, because we are doing the fertilization or the fertilizing right now, so we don't have to be doing any tram lines. We're not going to be going over the crop again with a sprayer or something like that. So yeah, tram lines are not needed, to be honest. But yeah, here we go. Here we are on the way. It's working perfectly. Very nice. Of course, since we only require 60 horsepower, this tractor is not struggling at all. The tractor is 180 horsepower? 490. It's this one. Yeah, 190. So yeah, that's not struggling at all. This one can even power it. It's 116. Our other tractor. So pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, looking at the consumption rate of the fertilizer, yeah, we definitely have to buy some more because I used everything that we had. We still have some seed left in stock, but we may have to buy that as well. Yeah, before I do anything else, let me just buy some solid fertilizer, because otherwise I will forget and I will spend my money on something else. We don't want that. Consumables, solid fertilizer, it doesn't really matter which one you take anymore. In the previous FS, the FS22, solid fertilizer big bag was, I don't know, 100 euros cheaper. But it's not cheaper anymore. So let's just buy 2. Here we go. Make sure that we keep some money in stock. Also, let's check the sales. Nothing we need. Nope. At least not at this stage. Alright, so we're almost finishing the first headland. I'm just gonna start the next time-lapse, to be honest. I don't know anything else to talk about, so I'm not gonna keep you here. These jobs are best done in a time-lapse anyway, so we're gonna start one. There will be a little bit of a jump cut in between, because yeah, as you can see in the bottom right, the solid fertilizer is about to run out, and I need to buy, or I need to load up some more fertilizer, but that is something that I will do off camera. So if you see me continuing all of a sudden with a full hopper of solid fertilizer, that's the crap. That's the reason. A little jump cut. Anyway, let's get the time lapse started. I will see you in just a minute. Alrighty, there we go. As you can see, it is a bit wet, but that doesn't matter. It's working perfectly fine, and we're coming up to the final piece already. Very nice. So yeah, of course, as expected, no struggle whatsoever. Tractor's performing lovely, same as the cedar. But yeah, like I've said in a previous series, man, I just love how the tractor looks, especially those tires when the weather is bad, when it's raining. I mean, look at that. Look at all the mud. I just love it. Big chunks, even on the cedar. Look at that. In the middle, it's completely covered in mud. Man, I love it. I love it. Yeah, perfect. And I'm not even playing on the highest setting, so yeah, pretty cool. Beautiful tractor. I love it. Alright, that's enough of me admiring the tractor. We are done. Look at this. We have a lovely field of wheat growing, of course. As you can see, the wheats are also growing. It needs lime, it needs plowing, it needs rolling. Well, we can do the lime, but other than that, there's not much that we can do. I'm not going to be doing the anything about the weeds, unfortunately, because we don't have the money for that. Do we? Because I don't want to be leasing equipment. I want to be buying everything. It's not really that I have a set of rules. Well, maybe a little bit, because I don't want to make it too easy on myself. What am I looking for? Weeders. Where are the weeders? I don't know. I've probably already gone past it. I think I have. Where would those be? You would? Oh, over here, weeders. I was right there. 6.5, which is a weeder. This is a hoe. Weeder can small. This one can do small and medium. This one can only do small. And it is big. 160, 170. This one can also do seeding. Also only weeders, only small. So this one is really the only one that can do small and medium. I think that's a very good option, but otherwise we have to go for some sprayers. I do have a few installed, but I'm not really sure if they work on any tractor. Yeah, they are linked to these special tractors, so yeah, that's a bit difficult. Maybe this one? I think that's also part of that pack. Yeah, there's no way you can fit that on the back of a tractor. So yeah, the cheapest one, 30,000 euros. That's rather expensive. I think this one can fit on the back of a tractor. I think it can. I think I tried that before in a previous series. What the hell is this? Speed to extreme weeds. Ooh. Oh, that's the spot spraying probably. Pulse enables spray to control each individual nozzle separately. This enables uniform application regardless of speed and cornering. Okay. And then, yeah, the weed spot spraying. Okay. But yeah, look at the price. Look at the price. Bloody hell. It's normal is 4,000 and with these options it's 46,000 euros. Jeez Louise. But yeah, this is an affordable sprayer. Of course, you do need a tank. You can tow this one maybe behind it. I kind of doubt that it fits. Yeah. Otherwise, you just have to fit one of these on the back. On the front, I said. 1,200 liters. I think they are interchangeable or they should work together. Oh well, whatever. We have enough crops in storage, so we can always sell a little bit of crops to do some more purchasing of equipment. But yeah, for now, I think we're gonna be buying something else. And that is a spreader. I want to do the lime. Gonna be a tedious job probably in this field because it is pretty big and lime gets consumed extremely fast. Open the door. Open the door. There we go. And the working width is decent. Not extremely big, but it's decent. Alright. Just gonna leave this here. There we go. That is fine. Turn the tractor off. Disconnect because the other tractor is already at the store waiting. There's also 2 bags of our solid fertilizer. So yeah, I am definitely gonna be buying this one. In probably the most boring colors that we can imagine. Oh, that is... No, that was yellow. Holy hell, that was extremely bright. This one... Black rims. Yeah, I am really not a fan of that. Oh, the rims cost money, by the way. Oh, only if you do the black. The others are free. And we'll just leave it at... like that. That is fine. Or do I just want to do silver? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Sure. Why not? Buy this. 7.5. Perfect. And we want to be buying some lime. I don't know how many bags fit in there. So let's just buy 3. That is 6,000 liters. I don't think it will fit that many or that much. All right. Well, let me get this all taken care of and I will see you back at the field. Alright, here we are at the field. You may hear a little bit of background noise because all of a sudden it started raining here like crazy. And I do have my window open because it is rather hot at the moment. It's almost 30 degrees, so pretty warm. And all of a sudden there's a big shower outside. It's already calming down a little bit, but sure, a little bit of background noise. Don't mind the background noise. Anyway, we are here at the field. We are in the small tractor, see if it can handle this weight and also the spreader working. There's no horsepower requirement, so let's see how it works. Alright, lower the gauge wheel. There we go. And now it's just a matter of turning it on and let's go. Turn on the map. Alright, that's working beautifully. Perfect. Press H, make sure that we go in a straight line. Yeah, look at that. Very nice. So it's not using... Well, it is consuming the lime pretty fast, of course. Automatic application rate. I'm not really sure if that should be turned on or not. I think it should, because then it knows how much to spread, if it needs more or less. Because as you can see, we are coming up to the... What's that? Loam area? Yeah, loam. And loam requires a little bit less pH. At least. I don't know. We're not at the loam area yet, but see, the consumption rate should drop a little bit. 1.75 tons per acre. Let's see if it will change. A little bit further, and then we're gonna come into something a little bit more yellow. Yeah, look at that, 5.2, holy hell. So on the loam, the consumption rate is extremely high. But yeah, then again, loam does yield a lot higher. So yeah, that's a bit of a trade-off. Loam uses more fertilizer and also more, what's it called? Lime. But yeah, the yield is higher. That's why loam is a better soil type to have. Man, I'm a bit lost for words sometimes, which is probably a good idea then to start a little time lapse before I say something extremely stupid. You never know, that may happen. Alright, we don't want to be going into the forest. Spin around and then we're gonna get a little time lapse started. And then we're gonna be finishing this field as good as we can get it, because yeah, there's not much else that we can do. So yeah, nitrogen is perfect, pH is perfect, which is good. Expected yield is already 117%, so that is pretty nice. Yeah, and other than that, there's not much that we can do. Plowing will be done later, rolling, and also the weeding, so yeah. We just have to make do with what we've got. Anyway, I will see you again in just a minute. And there we go, coming up on the final piece of this field for the lime spreading. Very nice. Tractor has been performing very well. Of course, sometimes when it's handling this entire full trailer, then it's struggling a little bit, but not too much. During work, it's performing absolutely flawlessly. So here we go, final piece. And as you can see, by the way, in the pH map, it's almost like someone has been mowing their grass in a special way. Yeah, that makes sense because... okay, here we go. Turn it off. We are done. Because at the... in the middle, of course, there's a lot more line being dropped than at the far edges of the spreader. So yeah, that makes sense, but there we go. Look at that. I know we should have done the lime shredding before we did the sowing, but in FS, it doesn't really matter. Let's hide the lines because we don't need those. Very nice. So, that field is done for at least what we can do to the field. Let's see, wheat. Yep, perfect. The farmer over here on the right has let his crop die, so that entire field, well, it looks white. It's withered. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Not very smart of that farmer, but yeah, what can you do? So, I think this is going to be the end of today's episode. In the next episode, I'm not really 100% convinced or sure if I want to be planting or sowing a cover crop in the other field, or the oilseed radish in the ginormous field, because that is another way to earn a little bit of cash. You can earn, I don't know, something like 200 euros per hectare. So yeah, it's 12 hectares, so that's a little bit of income, which is not bad. We can use all the money we can get. But there we go. That is a job well done for this little tractor. Very nice. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be the end of today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget, guys, hit that like button. Want to see more? Don't forget to subscribe as well. Until the next one, guys. Bye bye.